Blood Harvest, made in 1987, gets a 4.6 on IMDb. I'll give my score at the end of this review. Directed by Bill Rebane. He's apparently this cult slash horror director. Don't know a lot of his movies. Who do we got in this movie? I think one of the most known names is Tiny Tim. Never heard of it. I never heard of him. Apparently, he's a singer, famous singer in America somewhere, or in the U.S. I'm not sure, but I never heard of the guy. But he plays Mervo, the clown. But like 90% of the movie is Mervo, the clown, and then you've got Merv. That's when he's without the makeup, right? His brother Gary. You got our main female lead, Jill. Um, no, and you got her BFF Sarah, and her uh, Gary's her old friend from back in the day, and then you got Scott, her fiance. Now, synopsis: Jill is coming back to this town, this little town, where apparently the family the Robertsons aren't really liked. They apparently just what I gather of the story is that they just took all the land, and basically the entire town is fairly mad. And Gary, her neighbor, that's why she knows him as as a kid, had and his lost his parents, suicide apparently, with his brother Merv, and he couldn't deal with the fact, and he became Mervo. That's just to basically cope with it. And Jill is studying, and we see that in her behavior. And yeah, eventually there's a killer going around, especially around. So Jill's in her parental home. There's nobody there, um, and she stays there until her parents come home. Without even trying to call somebody, she stays there, and there's murders happening around her property, and the town hates their asses. There, when she arrives at the house, you got I think it's the red paint or even maybe pig's blood. I don't know, but you got uh, get out, fuck off, what the don't come back. I mean things like that, all painted all over the entire White House. And there's a killer in a like a hunting's outfit, and he wears a stocking, so you kind of can see. It's still hard to see who the killer is. It's a whodunit, but it's okay. It's very easy to know who the killer is. I'm not gonna spoil this movie, by the way. There's this mini spoiler, but it's like a red herring. It's not that. Yeah. Okay. So. Um, Pros, right? Let's talk about pros and cons. And I wrote them down because, okay, the gore, yeah, okay. The gore, it immediately starts with a kill, like you see in the beginning of my review. And a lot of these kills are like cattle that's hung up and then to bleed out in a bucket or something. You do have a few other kills involving a bow and arrow, and it's like I said, it's just good gore. It's not over the top, but it's not under the top. It's not under. It's not over. It's not under. It's good. Not a, now. how many people are killed? I mean, three, four. I think 4 to 5 people get killed. Um, the Merv is kind of creepy when he's in his Mervo way. He's creepy, is weird. He is singing constantly on this little banjo piano. What the fuck it is? And then he's like, yeah, and he's like talking in this like he's on poetic in like in a theater, like an opera. It's weird. It's weird. Um, that's an and then oh man, it's not a lot of good shit in there. No, so the acting is bad. I actually thought Gary, the old childhood friend, was okay, but he just goes from okay to bad to worse in any second. Now, so the cons basically. Let's talk about the cons. So basically, this movie, so acting is extremely bad. Tiny Tim, why the fuck? So Jill, this movie has a lot with sexuality. You're gonna see Jill's boobs popping out many times. Isn't it for sex? Then she's in the shower. Then it's because she's wearing the most skimpy things on. So she has like a, two wardrobes, like, and they're really, really, really. I mean, giving the it's at some point it has this soft core porn scene, very soft, but and that takes so effing long. Oh my god. It's I believe it's what is it, this one here.
Disgusting.
I don't want to disappoint you. First,
First what?
I'm in a neighborhood.
Now you can see she wears that skimpy night gown, night robe on for almost so 40% of the movie, right? Yeah, so let's say 45% of the movie. But and then she's doing these weird ass exercises, and how to explain it, it's I'll put on a scene, and at some point you can even when she's doing these weird things you can see it's not I didn't show the scene, but you just can see cameras like underneath her legs, you see everything. And then she changes to another outfit, and that's the white shirt she basically took when she's almost had sex from her fiance, and took his white shirt, which is also very skimpy, and wears that for 45% of the movie. And I think she has 10% in the beginning when she arrives. She has this top also showing her navel. I mean, she's trying to be very. They really are over sexualizing her. Okay, so this is super weird. Her acting is bad, bad, bad. But if you want to know, it's her first movie, so okay, okay, get another chance. But there's something behind this story. It's very creepy, actually. A real fact. Nothing movie like. Now, while she's having this almost sex, but she's got her boobs popping out, everything. He's going to get the panties off. You get to see some bush, things like that. You have Gary look because he's kind of he has a crush on her, looking from the window like, and then again, and then there's this moment. I shit you not. I just took pictures. It's super actually funny. Not, now it's not funny. There's this moment when she opens the fridge and there's a bucket of real blood. Like I said, the killer is fucking her. There's also a call when she gets you. You're gonna die, you fucking bitch. That's in the beginning of the movie. Even the sheriff's like this idiot. He's always in. So he's always when she goes to the sheriff has this baseball outfit on. No, I can't go because I have to go to the baseball match. No, you have to work as a fucking sheriff. Second time, you have to come now. You have to come now. I wanted to go to a poker match. So she gets a bucket of blood. She's in a kind of a shock. Not shock. Yeah, I don't know. She's also over exaggerating, and out of nowhere, Gary's there to save her, picks her up. What does this Gary man does? Okay, he a proper thing would be to shower her off from the blood. But he decides to go in the shower with her. Oh, taking off now. I'm not gonna show that picture because he decides to, yeah, rub in her boobs with some soap. Why not? Then he takes her to a chair, but before he puts a blanket on, let's say I'm gonna nibble on some. I'm gonna nibble on the tits a little bit more, you know. Well, and he puts the blanket on, and then we get this weird situation. Here's a picture of Gary sitting there. Then we get the picture of, it's getting hot in here. And then we get this picture. Kaboom! Ah! Oh, Gary just decides to, you know what? She's sleeping. Gonna put my dick in there. No problem. I mean, this is, like I said, the movie is extremely over sexualized. It's almost like the women, one of the killers, I'm not gonna say who, but they're all getting hung up like cattle and then always stripped. Only the women. And then you see one woman in her black lingerie and kills her like in the same style like you see in the beginning, you know, like killing cattle. And you have the Mervo coming around every now and then, and there is also this extremely weird scene. Now, this may be a small spoiler, but I'll yeah, let's say it implies with one of the parents of Jill and Mervo, but no, not in a killing situation. No. And we never get to see, in my opinion, I don't even know what happened to Jill's dad. You don't know what happened, or somebody said it, but it was so badly acted that and the killer is it's so obvious who the killer is. I mean, I won't spoiler it. Sorry, I'm not gonna make it any longer because I got a list of cons here. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Now, that fact that I wanted to say. Now, Jill's real name is. I gotta get it here because I look how much I scribbled. Is basically Itonia Salchek. And you know what a creepy story is? After this movie, 1987, she was never seen again. And they went looking for her. She was never found again. Until this day, She, they still trying to find her. She's gone, disappeared off the planet. How creepy is that? Since 1987, her first role, Blood Harvest, and after that, she just disappeared. My guess, she got killed because they use her so much with nudity, and I think some pervert just raped her and killed her. To be serious, yeah, they're really going for this in this movie. Even the poster of the movie is just a woman upside down in her bra. So and the killer's, like you see the killer's legs and a piece of his coat from the backside. It's creepy, right? So yeah, this movie gets a 4.5. I mean, as if you're a slasher aficionado like me. No, if you're really into slashers, you should give this a try. But you know, you got cheesy, and there's some cheesy acting in there. That's okay, but then you got this cheesy that's so bad and awful that you think, oh, please make it a little bit less obvious who the fucking killer is. And they, like I said, the killer wears, you can see his basically face because he wears a stocking, you know, one of those brown stockings. But that being said, I hope you like this review and see you next time. Hopefully with a better movie. Signing out. Bye.